If you have any questions or concerns about this week's episode, please call or text producer Dan at 778-288-9255.
Start the party, Dan. Time to turn it up. We're getting crazy, going wild, talking nasty stuff. Dudes scrolling hell like a dumpster fire. Boom, roast, bad post, sticking up the replies. We don't want to go to school. We don't want to get a job. We just want to get online and get our asses blocked. We don't follow the rules. We do whatever we want. It's Block Party, the podcast like we're tweeting a duck. Block Party, Block Party, Block Party. My mentions are fun. Block Party, Block Party, Block Party. I quote tweeting a duck.
Hello, friends, idiots, and friends who are also idiots. Welcome to your favorite podcast about social media and rejection. It is Block Party. This is episode number 263. I'm John.
I'm Stefan. I thought it was 265, John.
Nope. And with us is a fantastic
Just moving
guest
right along
this week. Returning guest to the program. One of the fans' absolute favorites and one of our favorites as well.
I would say if we polled like all of our listeners, Racquel is top 5 for sure.
Wow. Okay. Way to just give away who it is.
I mean, our guest is. Look, I haven't recorded for like 2 weeks. It's been a while. I'm still jet lagged.
No, it's fine.
So.
I mean, people presumably can read the episode.
I guess the title of that,
when they click on the show. But
That's
yes,
true. Yeah.
Racquel Belmonte is with us. Very funny comedian and newly a wife. Racquel is here. Hi, Racquel.
Hi, I'm a wife. Finally, guys, let's keep talking about it. I'm a wife, and I'm not going to shut up about it. I've wanted this for so long, and here we are. It's so nice to be back. Thank you for having me back.
What a real journey from, I want to be plowed on a boat to I am now a wife. I mean, I feel like we've sort of lived it all with you.
You did. I still want to get plowed on a boat. That never stopped. That is a dream of mine that I will one day maybe achieve. And when I do, guess who I'm going to tell first? You guys.
Of course. If I get a call that we got to do an emergency pod from you, then I'll know exactly. Because Stefan has a sports podcast. So like if there's like a big trade that happens for the Canucks or something, they'll do an emergency podcast. So, if you kind of put up the signal, like, look, guys, we gotta record because something pretty big just happened.
It finally happened. Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to get a text message one day and you'll just drop it all. Your lives will change forever.
I will drop it all. Okay,
Technology's
where were we?
Easy.
Getting plowed on a boat.
Okay, so Racquel, back to you getting plowed on a boat. So I am a little. Yes. So you did get married, and we can get into that in a sec. But I will say, as an outside observer, I sort of thought that the engagement / marriage was related to you being plowed on a boat. That was kind of I was like, oh, wow, she found someone.
She found the one.
She found the one. He did it. And now they're married.
Yeah. He had
access to
it. Happened. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you gotta, I feel like you could do it now. You're living in Los Angeles now. I feel like there's boats.
They
everywhere.
love boats. They have so much ocean. If you don't have a boat, you're an idiot. So I think my chances are getting a lot easier. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm married now, so my brain's all fried. No, I don't.
That is what happens. When I got married, I forgot a lot of stuff.
I noticed that John became much stupider. Yeah.
I don't know what happens. You just I don't know. You're like, I'm married. Who cares? It's great.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Like, I think people talk about baby brain, when you're pregnant and you get, you get dumber or whatever, the baby's sapping your life force. But I think a lot of people don't talk about marriage brain.
I thought you meant that, like, how I still have my fontanelle,
Oh, soft spot.
Yeah.
Is that what
mine never
That's beautiful.
closed. Yeah,
you actually have a soft spot?
Yeah, you can put like pennies and like dirt and stuff
what?
in there. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
That would be insane.
How have you never let me feel that?
My mom always wants me to wear a helmet. It's because of my soft spot never closed. Yeah.
I always wanted to touch a real soft spot. But without killing the person you're touching, whose soft spot you're touching.
I feel like if you touch it, it doesn't just kill. It's not like a button you press that kills the baby, right?
That's what I was told when I was a child.
Right? It's like right on the top of the head, right? And it's like the skull hasn't closed yet. And so there's like this little, like, if you poked it really hard, would you just go like fucking straight through?
like
a rotten pear. Like a rotten kiwi, just like right in there.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. Okay.
Someone have a baby so we can find out. Yes.
Let us kill your baby.
It's an experiment.
Yeah,
it's for the
science.
podcast, and we have
It's
video
for
episodes
science.
now too. So
yeah,
you know,
it's kind of like it is very scientific.
Sure.
Okay, so Racquel, this has all happened
Yes.
very fast because
It has.
last time you were on the show, you were single.
Yep.
And now you're married. So like, tell us about this whole, like, what's going on? The fans want to know.
Oh, and do I have a story for them? Sorry,
Please.
let me adjust because this is a good one.
Okay.
So 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I went to comedy school in Chicago. I promise this is going somewhere. But
And now I'm famous.
yeah, they wish. No, I wish. No, so I went to comedy school in Chicago, and I had a best friend there, and he and I did everything together. We lived across the street from each other. We walked to school, left school. We hung out on the weekends. We stayed friends. He lives in the States. I lived in Canada, and we would see each other. We always had boyfriends or girlfriends. I was mostly single, but that's fine. I tell myself I always had a boyfriend to make myself feel better.
So wait, can you
Yeah,
sorry to
I was
interrupt.
single. I wasn't single.
But
Yeah.
so you guys are not banging in school. This is just
No.
just strictly friendship.
You know what? We made out one time, but it was like when you make out with your friends, like it's like, oh yeah, bro,
Yeah, when I
let's
make
make
out
out and
with
see what it's
Stefan,
like.
it's so gross.
it's completely
Right?
platonic.
Yeah.
It's so I can
it
practice
means-
kissing with John.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you're good for someone else.
Yes.
Yes,
But-
exactly. Irene has reached out to thank me multiple times.
Yes. And thank you, John. I mean, you're putting up with a lot of bullshit from me. I don't brush
Hey,
my
you
teeth.
know what?
It's all
That's
nasty.
what
in
these
there.
lips are for, my friend.
Yeah.
That's friendship.
Yeah.
I love
What
that.
can we say?
He sucks me off
Oh,
too.
God. Oh,
That's
Yeah,
just that's not
him
for
to- that's-
practicing.
No, that is
It's like I practice nutting.
that's for Stefan to build his stamina.
yeah. I was gonna say, who's practicing?
He's like, I don't want to
Who's-
come fast with a girl, but I'll come
Yeah.
fast with you anytime.
yeah,
No
I want to
problem.
get this out of the way as fast as possible.
Do it again. Anyway, yeah. So yes.
Back to your lovely story.
Yeah, my love story. So no, like we made out one time and we both threw up like right after. We were very drunk. We drank a whole bottle of pumpkin pie vodka. We had this
my
very
God.
fun
That might be-
relationship. We were 21.
That might be the worst. I'm trying. Like, was this was this
Ooh.
Absolute?
No, it was that blue bottle. I think it's Pinnacle.
Oh,
They had the whipped
Pinnacle.
cream one.
Oh.
It was bad.
I
So we
bet-
both literally kissed and we
Yeah.
vomited. I threw up in the toilet. He threw up in the sink.
Flavored vodka is so. That was one of the first things I bought when I turned 19. I bought some
Yeah.
like shitty beer and I bought like peach vodka and I was like, oh, this sucks. What am I doing? It's really bad. Pumpkin pie vodka sounds disgusting though.
Yeah.
I would love for them to start selling it in Canada. They did
Yeah.
not. I kept my eye out for 10 years looking for it. I was like, that ruined my life. And I
Oh.
want to try it again just to see. But no, they don't sell it in Canada. It was disgusting.
Okay, so you drank the pumpkin pie vodka, you puked.
Kissed, puked.
Just puke. Yeah.
We kiss puked. If you're not kiss puking, you're not kissing or puking. Figure it
Good
out.
point.
But anyhow, he and I remained. His name is Julian. I don't know if I said his name yet. My
Yeah, I
husband's
don't
name
think you
is
did.
Julian. He's
Okay.
perfect.
Good for
He
him.
and I remained very close friends. We'd visit each other. He'd come here. Or to Vancouver. I'd go over there to LA. Wait, I mixed that up in my head. Anyway, whatever. I'm married. So he and I reconnected last year. I went to a Harry Styles concert in Los Angeles. I texted him and was like, can I please stay with you? And then next thing you know, he and I fell in love. It was
Aw,
interesting.
Wow.
And it happened quite fast. It was it was really good though. It all felt very right.
How did you sort of bridge the gap from long-term friendship to we're in love now?
Well, I had a lot of reservations at first, and it wasn't until I was like, wait, fuck it, who cares? The second that was over, everything just kind of flushed over me. Same with him. I think he kind of got there before I did because I'm very hot, obviously, and he
Of
was like, "Oh
course,
my god,
yes. Mhm.
how do I?"
He listened to
have
your
sex with
multiple
this woman?
appearances on Block Party. He's like, she's so funny and beautiful. and
Has he listened to your appearances on the show?
Nope. Nope. He's upstairs and he's probably heard me say like get plowed on a boat several times. So I'm curious to know how that's going to
Looking
go.
up boat rentals, probably. Yeah,
that's all. We're trying to help.
That's the great thing though about marrying your best friend is they already know how fucked you are.
Yeah.
And they kind of just they listen from upstairs and go, yep, that's my wife talking about whatever she's talking about. But yeah, so now we're madly in love. We got married. We got engaged in Italy. That happened first, I suppose.
I saw the pictures. It looked quite beautiful. It looked very nice.
He did a really good job. He surprised me with this whole trip, like around my birthday. And it was really cool and really special. He's very special. I love him.
That's so nice.
Wow, that's very nice.
It's nice to have.
I still fuck though. I don't want people getting the wrong idea. I put it down.
Yeah, of course. No one was going to say otherwise. But it's just nice when nice things happen.
Just for all the listeners who are sitting in their car going, "Does Racquel still fuck though?"
Yeah.
I'm glad you cleared that. I'm glad you cleared that.
But it's nice when nice things happen to our nice guests that we like. Because there's some guests we don't like. And we want bad things to happen.
Yeah, there's some guests we hope that they're sort of like friends that they maybe could be in love with. They just actually stay friends forever.
Yeah. I hope it hurts them too. I don't know who these people are. I hope it hurts them.
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
Throw up after every time I hope they only ever drink pumpkin pie vodka.
You said, which is
pumpkin pie.
That seems worse than like pumpkin spice seems less bad. Like pumpkin pie seems like there's more stuff going on there.
It was bad, so bad.
Is that the worst thing you've ever drank? You think, Racquel?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It was until I went to Chicago a few months ago and I had a Malort shot.
I've never had that. I've never been to Chicago, but that's like the thing you're supposed to do. It's like Screech when you go to.
I think it's like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not good, right? It's like really strong.
It stopped burning after like 2 days. It was awful. It was awful. And the guy gave it to me for free because he knew, he's like, you're going to hate this. You're going to hate this. But apparently that's like a thing. You're not a real Chicago person if you haven't had a Malort shot.
That's what I heard.
I think it's kind of also with people from Newfoundland do this too, where people from Chicago, and we have lots of listeners from Chicago, so they're going to get mad at me for saying this, but I do think there are like Chicago people who pretend they like it. Like they're like, I'm so Chicago. I don't know how to do a Chicago accent. I don't even know.
No, you don't have to try. Yeah.
Chicago. I'm so Chicago. I'm always Boston accent. Hey, I'm so fucking wicked from Chicago. I'm fucking drinking Malort over here. I do know Chicago people who will just like have it in their house and they're like, no, this is good actually.
That's insane. That's nuts.
I've never had it. So I mean, I can't.
But I'm also not a hard liquor guy either. And like, I just don't like hard liquor in general. So, but Malort just sounds so disgusting to me.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Hard
it
liquor
hurts
is sort
to drink.
of what I do to Stefan's penis.
Yeah.
Anyway, Stefan, what's the worst alcohol you've ever had?
Boy, I gotta. You know what? There's the Wildcat beer. It's like 8% or whatever. It's so nasty. That's really quite bad.
Because that's a university thing, right? Like, because it's cheap.
It's so cheap. And it's like a high alcohol percentage, right? So you drink 6 of them, you get really fucked up.
But it's made by Labatt, right? Like it's made by a real.
But that's not Labatt is not great, right? And this is their like their cheap malt liquor, and it's like really disgusting,
right?
But like I in terms of like cheap beer, like Lucky Lager, like Pilsner, that's fine. That's cheap beer, gets the job done. It's like drinkable, but like, oh, you know what? The worst one is actually, I just remembered, is I had a friend who like drove across Canada, like back from university, and he came over to our house to watch the Canucks in the playoffs, and he brought a gym bag full of warm beer that he had picked up in the prairies and just like left it in our yard for the summer. And the fuck, I got to look this up. I think it was called TNT.
Oh yeah, TNT. I'm familiar with that beer. I've seen that in the liquor stores. It's got like the can looks like a wood panel, right? Like it looks like a box of TNT.
It does now. I don't think it did back then. Okay, but it's bad. It's like 7% or like 6.8% or something, and it's like it was worse than. I think part of it was that it was like warm and in a gym bag, but
I would assume so.
it was really, really disgusting. So that's it for me. I'd be interested to know the worst thing Dan has had.
I was just about to go there. Yeah.
I like it all. No, I think the worst is probably.
Ooh, didn't they discontinue that?
I think they might have. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh no, that shit is really bad. Yeah.
And I almost.
Yeah. That sucks.
It is discontinued as of 2016.
Yeah.
And it says the bottle carried a warning label advising consumers, among other things, do not use this product for flaming dishes or other drinks. Because often, I guess, it was used in flaming shots because
it's like
its
really
alcohol
high-proof.
content was so high.
Yeah.
Bottles were also equipped with a stainless steel flame arrestor crimped onto the neck of the bottle to prevent the rum inside the bottle from igniting.
That's so crazy.
God.
Nevertheless, Bacardi faced at least 2 lawsuits from consumers who claim to have been badly injured by the product's flames.
Jesus Christ.
Well, maybe
never
they
said
shouldn't have
why
made
they
that song so good. Sorry, I interrupted
No,
somebody.
that's
What did I do?
Yeah, I will.
What did Caribou? Yeah.
The clicking is back, I think.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now-
Caribou Lou was the song, and that's
151
151.
rum, pineapple juice, Malibu, caribou,
Yeah.
and make a baby girl come. I remember that was a really beautiful
I definitely.
lyric.
I think I drank that once, and no one.
Like
came.
a rap?
No
Like a
one
rap
came
song?
because of it. Yeah. Did
I
you
don't know
not?
who sings
White
it.
ass.
What does that mean? I know lots of rap songs.
Let me
Is that a
look
rap
up the
song?
Hip hop songs, whatever. I don't know. What fucking.
Just a
It's
funny question.
Yeah, it's Tech Nine. Yeah,
Tech
I remember that
Nine,
song.
that's
That
what
song
it
came
is.
out when I was in high school, I think. So John, I think you were in like.
Yeah, I was
Grad
married.
school.
I had a job.
Yeah, you were married. Yeah, you had just moved to Calgary.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's the worst thing? Because John, you famously don't
Yeah.
drink alcohol, but presumably you've had some like disgusting kombucha or pops or something.
Oh yeah. I've definitely had some disgusting kombuchas because they are fermented beverages. So
Yeah,
like
they
I
can
wouldn't say
be-
it's a particular brand. It's not like
no,
you could
is
say,
it a
"Oh, I
flavor
had
though,
this."
or
No, because I usually, if there's a flavor that doesn't sound good, I just won't have it.
Right.
You
That
know,
makes
it's
sense.
not like a sort of I want to get drunk for cheaper type situation. It's like I'm buying kombucha, so if it's a flavor I don't want, I just won't drink it. But
yeah,
like there are some that the flavor is just kind of like turmeric, like that's like the dominant flavor,
Ooh,
which I would
yeah.
not like that.
you get that in like juices sometimes, like the cold pressed juices. and
Yes,
it's just-
totally.
Yeah.
It's very much like that. But I've had enough alcohol that there's enough.
Okay.
Like, you know, I'll take sips sometimes.
Sure. What's a
and,
bad one that you've had?
I mean, again, this is gonna piss people off, but like just genuinely, wine is disgusting.
Why?
Like,
Look, I get that
Oh.
because like
every
if you,
sip I've ever had of wine,
Sure.
I'm like, oh,
If you
like, how
don't-
do people drink this?
there is like with alcohol, there is like a I don't want to say learning curve, but like you do have to get into it, right? Like I remember
Yeah.
the first time I drank wine or the first time I drank beer, I was like, this is disgusting, right? And now it's like, oh, this shit rocks. I drink this every day. I drink this when I wake up, you know, I drink this for lunch. I'm drinking this constantly. It's a huge
there's probably-
problem in my life.
There's probably no chance for me to learn now because I'm married and stupid.
Oh no!
Here's the thing, and I've said this before. I could easily see you as a wine guy or a craft beer guy, just because of how you are with sparkling
yeah.
water and with kombucha. And I think
Oh,
you would
I would
have
be
you would have like really
insufferable.
you would be so insufferable. But I would love
Yeah.
it because I love a good craft beer. I love a good wine. It would be fun to like share that with John. But I will
I would
say,
have this stupid like beer app or whatever where you write in all the beers that you drink.
sorry,
or-
Dan, did you just hit a fly?
yeah, Dan just killed a fly.
No, I missed it.
Dan tried to kill a fly.
Okay,
very
Dan just like
dramatically.
clapped really hard in front of his face. But John, I was gonna say I sent you a picture of a pop that I bought yesterday.
You did, yes.
At-
It was
at
a
the-
Asahi that I didn't even know made pop.
No, I know at the Vietnamese grocery store, and it was really good. It was like a spiced cola from Asahi, like their 2023 edition.
love that.
Really, really good. very nice. I mean, it tasted like Coca-Cola with a little bit of like Christmas spice to it. But it was nice. John, you should look out for it. 'Cause it was like imported. It had like the sticker on the side showing it was like imported from Japan and everything. And
you know what? You know what? I do actually have an answer to this question.
Okay.
I can't believe I didn't think about it because it just happened a couple weeks ago. So for my birthday, Becca bought me a selection of like fancy sodas.
Yes.
There's this cool drug store near us called Luke's Drug Mart. Okay. But it's like an old school pharmacy. It's been around since 1950, and they do like coffee and soft serve ice cream, and they have like a lot of boutique and bespoke like beauty products and drinks and snacks and whatever. So Becca went there, bought me a bunch, and I drank this thing. It was called Gia Soda, GHIA, and I'll put it in the chat for you here so you guys can see it. And
ooh, yeah, right away.
It was genuinely undrinkable. Like I couldn't wrap my head around who this was supposed to be for. Like I'm guessing it's supposed to be for people who were alcoholics and are trying to find the taste of alcohol in a soda.
Okay.
But it was so bitter, like unbelievably bitter. And I know
the design of the can is cool. I don't know, Dan, can we get that up? Because it does look cool, but
it looks very boutique. The cans cost.
It'll take a minute.
The cans cost $6.
I'm seeing that on the website.
One can, $6. And I couldn't drink it. And I thought to myself, like, because I do have accentuated bitter taste buds, and I was like, this is probably partly my fault.
Sure.
But
which flavor did you get, by the way?
That one. It's called the Gia Soda. They have a few. They have ginger, lime, and salt, and sumac and chili.
Okay.
And even Becca couldn't drink it either. Becca was like, "This is the most disgusting thing I've ever drank." It was so gross.
That's interesting.
I couldn't even tell you. It tasted like drinking dirt.
Well, it's got a lot of botanicals, which is always a bad sign.
And then there's people in the comments on like right on the website who are saying how good it is.
Yeah. Great cocktail alternative. So that, okay. So I think that's what it is.
But
maybe
even then, like I've had drinks that are supposed to mimic cocktails, and this was another level. Like it was absolutely disgusting. I couldn't drink
interesting.
it. I couldn't drink it. I felt so bad because Becca got it for me for my birthday. And it's the worst drink I've ever put in my mouth.
Wow.
I think the same person wrote all of these reviews.
You might be right. Yeah, I think you might be right. But by the way, I will say the clicking is back. But so I don't think it was the recording thing. But yeah, don't. Dan can deal with it. Maybe do one more refresh just to try.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
No.
It's
the software. It is the software.
I can deal with that in post.
Dan is a professional.
Oh, they were on Shark Tank too. I remember them now being on Shark Tank.
And were they liked them on Shark Tank?
No, they didn't get a deal. I remember that. And I remember them being like, how the fuck is this a thing?
Yeah, I'm on their website and it's a 12 pack and it's $83.
For Gia?
Because they're $6.91 Canadian each. Yeah. Really insane.
Bad.
Should I talk? I was in Australia. Should I talk about that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's where we were going to go next because obviously, you know, Racquel got married. Stefan, you went to a wedding.
I went to a wedding.
Tom and Demi in Australia. We haven't recorded in like 2.5 weeks.
No, we haven't. It was a very nice wedding. It was beautiful. I mean, it's everything you would expect from Tom and Demi, of course.
Sure.
But it was genuinely very sweet and also like incredibly funny.
That's good.
I mean, John, I told you that. So, Michael Hing was Tom's best man, and Tom had been at his wedding like 3 months previous and was his best man at his wedding and gave a speech where he just like absolutely obliterated him. And Michael Hing is a very funny Australian comedian, and the opening line of his best man speech for Tom was, Tom Walker is a comedian in the same way the 9/11 hijackers were technically commercial airline pilots. And it was, and everyone just like lost their mind. And then he brought up a lot of other stuff about Tom. Like Tom had a spreadsheet keeping track of, there was a guy online who was like writing an online, like a blog about all of his like nocturnal emissions. And Tom put a big spreadsheet together about it. and then sent it to Reply All and was like, "Is it okay that I did this?" That's a known thing, apparently. So I'm not like blowing up his spot, or maybe I am. But anyway, it was a lot of stuff like that, and it was very funny. But Australia is really cool.
This is your first time, right?
Yeah, I will say I'm not. I think today I'm finally over the jet lag, but like coming back, I was sleeping till noon the past couple days, which is so fucked because I don't sleep in at all. It's like what, like a 17, 18 hour time difference or some shit. Flying there was not too bad. I slept for like half the flight. So I slept like, it's a 16-hour flight. So I slept 8 hours and adjusted pretty much after one day. It wasn't too bad. But coming back was just like, it just killed me. Have any of you ever been to Australia?
No.
It's really nice.
No, and I won't.
I think,
don't care for them.
I think you guys would all like it. Like Sydney is such a nice city. It's very cool.
I'd love to go.
We were in the Newtown area. Lots of like the food is incredible. They have really, really good food. Very walkable city. We got to touch a koala's ass.
Okay. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. Actually, I can go get one sec. I'll go get there's a picture on my fridge of not the koala. I didn't
picture on my fridge of a koala's ass.
I mean, basically. I thought it was gonna be the ass.
No,
just let me go get this koala's ass.
I'll go get the picture of us with the koala because it's a video episode, so I can hold it. But also we like we're feeding like wallabies and kangaroos and stuff. We saw wombats. So that was a highlight. But let me go get the picture.
Dang.
Yeah.
Also, the clicking is gone now. So
yeah, it's back. Who even cares anymore? We're off and on with the clicking. Racquel, I'm guessing. I mean, I know you had a small wedding. You haven't had it. You said you're maybe going to have a big wedding later on, but I'm guessing nobody referenced 9/11 in your wedding speeches. I'm just going to go ahead and guess that.
I'm going to say yes, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that it's going to come up at our big wedding where there's more people.
Look at the little koala. Well, it's kind of blurry, but you can. Yeah. Anyway, it was so.
Tom and Demi must have been so pissed off. Like, these Canadians are making us go see a koala.
They were so excited to go to this park. Koalas are so funny because like they do remind me of like at the Vancouver Aquarium they have like, I don't know if they still do, but they had sloths. And I remember as a kid it was like you were so excited to see. It was like, oh, let's see the sloth, and then you see them from like a distance. They're just like this lump in a tree, not moving. And it's like, oh, is that it? But like the koalas are kind of like that too. Like they don't really move around very much, but you see their faces and stuff, and they're so cute. And like the little baby koalas like hanging on to the mom koalas, like it's really very cute. The funniest thing was we saw a cassowary, which is like genuinely terrifying.
It's a giant bird, right?
It's like the most dangerous bird in the world.
Right, that's right.
It basically looks like a dinosaur. It's like if you ever played Far Cry 4 or Far Cry 5, one of them. There's cassowaries in that, and they'll just like instantly kill you. But they have like huge talons. They literally just look like a dinosaur. And they had those just like wandering around in like a fenced-in area, obviously. But the funniest one, they had dingoes, and they look almost identical to like Shiba Inus. And they're just like running back and forth along the fence, like following you. And they just look like dogs. But they're also apparently quite dangerous too.
From the famous "a dingo ate my baby" lore.
Yeah,
it was very funny because Demi was like, everyone in North America jokes about that, but like, it did happen. It did eat a baby.
Right. Yeah. Right. Is it? Yeah, because it's like it's a news clip, right, where the person is like saying that, isn't it?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that is. I think it was like a Seinfeld thing.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I remember Elaine saying it or something, and then that kind of became a thing. But it was like a big news story.
No, apparently that is the quote. A cry popularly attributed to Lindy Chamberlain Creighton as part of the 1980 death of Azaria Chamberlain at Uluru in Australia. Oh, the Chamberlain family had been camping near the rock when their 9-week-old daughter was taken from their tent.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Also, this bird sucks. Cassowary? How do you say it? I don't like that.
It's really
I don't feel safe.
Huge claws. Really bad.
Not into this. Sorry, back to dingoes.
No. I mean, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Australia, it's just the weather was so funny too because it was raining a lot, but it was like quite warm and summery, so it wasn't too bad. And everyone there kept apologizing for the weather, and it's like, do you know where I just came from? This is like completely fine. It's like freezing cold, pouring rain nonstop in Vancouver. It sucks. I'm happy to be here, but it was a wonderful time.
Sunny in Calgary every day.
I know.
Apparently there was a movie made about it in 1988 called A Cry in the Dark, and it stars Meryl Streep and Sam Neill.
Wow.
They play the couple whose
Meryl Streep plays the dingo.
Yeah.
Wow.
What the fuck? That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm watching tonight. That.
I was gonna say porno.
Oh no, porn too. The porn version of that.
Sure. Yeah.
Porno version, yeah. Man, dingo ate my baby.
Settle down, John.
Oh no. Oh,
whatever. Let's not pretend like we don't know porno.
No, that was incredible. That's maybe your best joke on the show ever.
Thank you.
Really
good. So much. Feels good. Feels good to finally get a good joke on this show. Only took me 263 episodes. I've been trying to look up this movie, or it sounds like it might even be a mini series, A Cry in the Dark.
Look, it'll be on Dan's Plex in like an hour. So.
Apparently it was called Evil Angels in Australia, but A Cry in the Dark outside of Australia.
I think Evil Angels is a porno thing too, by the way.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite crossovers.
All right, I'm downloading it now.
Wow, Meryl Streep won or got nominated for the Oscar for Best Actress for it.
Wow. Okay. I might have to watch it. Yeah.
That's so crazy. Yeah. It's literally just about it's about the dingo eating the baby. But then I guess there's like a big story after as well. Like, because Lindy got charged with murder.
Oh, and she blamed the dingo. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a twist.
Okay. I see. Okay. So that's apparently what happened. I guess it says for many, Lindy seems there was a subsequent inquest to see if her thing was true. And then it said for many, Lindy seemed too stoic, too cold-hearted, and too accepting of the disaster that befell the family. So gossip about her begins to swell and soon gets accepted as statements of fact. Apparently, they were very religious as well, and they thought that maybe that was part of it.
Jesus.
And she eventually got charged with murder.
Well, nothing like that happened while I was there, so it was like a normal trip.
Holy moly! What a story! I've never heard this story before.
I didn't realize it was like that fucked up. But
that's the whole story of a dingo ate my baby.
That's really crazy.
Holy shit!
But yeah, we saw the dingoes there were adorable. They didn't eat anyone. Well, we saw koalas as well. Those are the ones that you can take the selfies with, right? And they're always like smiling.
Oh, I don't even think I know what that is.
Oh, Dan, can you pull up a picture of a quokka? Quokka. Yeah, nice. Wow, John. Nice. That's impressive considering you've never heard of them until
I did
just
win
now.
Mac Gordon's spelling bee.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're a good speller. But yeah, these are adorable. These are potentially the cutest animal in the world.
Oh wow! And Kiki can hear you.
Well, look. I mean, look at this.
Oh my god!
Real.
That doesn't even look
a cartoon.
real.
Yeah, isn't that nuts?
It looks like it's battery operated.
Yeah,
That's
it's really crazy. They're so cute. So
you just went to like was it like a petting zoo or something?
It was like a wildlife park sort of thing. So the kangaroos, smaller kangaroos and wallabies were like wandering around certain sections. But then the other stuff was like fenced off.
Yeah, because kangaroos will also fuck you up.
So they had smaller kangaroos that I guess were safer to be around. But the wallabies were so cute because they're like this big, and they look like little like rodents or whatever. I mean, I guess they're marsupials, but they look like these cute little rodents, and they come right up to you and they'll like eat food out of your hand. And oh my god, it was a good time. And
Stefan, you went to Hungry Jack's.
Okay, yeah. Let me do a trip report on Hungry Jack's because Burger King sucks. We all know that, right?
Yes. So if you're listening and you don't know, Burger King is called Hungry Jack's in Australia.
Yes, because there was a guy who had a restaurant called Burger King who didn't want to give up the trademark when Burger King came to Australia, and he was like, "Fuck you." And so they're like, "Okay, well, I guess we have to be Hungry Jack's now."
Amazing. It's like the classic Bush X.
Yes, it was. Exactly.
Scandal of the late 90s.
So I'll say this because Burger King in Canada is really bad. I know there's some defenders of it in the US and they say it's pretty good. I will say the fries are okay at Canadian Burger King. That's about it. Maybe the chicken like tenders. The burgers are bad.
It's average. It's very average. I think I saw a great tweet where someone was talking about how Burger King doesn't do a single menu item better than any other fast food place.
I agree with that.
That's like a great way of describing it.
I won't eat there. So.
Yeah. Whoa. That should tell you how. Yeah.
That's everything you need to know, right?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. Hungry Jack's, pretty good.
Oh,
I would say passable to good.
Do they have the Whopper there still?
They do have the Whopper. I got a Whopper.
Okay.
I got some fries. I got a regular sized drink, which is so tiny over there, which was very funny. And you know what? Solid. They did a pretty good job. I think part of it was maybe because we didn't really eat fast food on the trip other than that. So maybe that was it as well. But like you know what? It was good. I think it is kind of maybe like how A&W Canada is like way better than A&W US. So it's probably run by like a different company or something.
Right.
And also I feel like, I mean, it's like any other country other than the US, like they will actually have like food regulations and stuff.
Yeah. So, I actually care how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
Okay,
so it was
when you were
good. Yeah.
When you were in Italy, did you go to Hungry Giacomo's?
Oh my God.
I can't be stopped.
I wish. Oh my God. I had McDonald's in London and that was awful. But that has nothing to do with that's just me wanting British, to complain about McDonald's in London.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to figure their shit out.
The British food is like, I think it gets a lot of shit, and rightly so a lot of the time. But like British breakfast is good. I like pub food. We had a really great pub meal in Australia, so like similar. But like British people can't do a burger.
No, not fast food.
Unfortunately.
So wait, I have a question about Hungry Jack. So they call the menu items the same.
It's the same,
things?
and the logo looks the same. It just says Hungry Jack's instead of Burger King.
Yeah, it's got the like two buns, and then it says like Hungry Jack's in the middle of the two buns.
Yeah, I'll get a picture of it up. Because we took a picture next to, like, obviously we took a picture next to the logo, but
as you should.
No, it was good. The other thing that was interesting about Australia is hold on. Here's this is a wombat, and I was a little pissed off because we didn't get to see them shit because they shit out cubes.
What?
Yeah. It's like a little pig.
Oh, is it crazy to Google wombat shit? I just want to see.
No, you should. You honestly should. The other thing with wombats is I think they have like a big, like, they have like an armored ass. They have like a big like bone on their ass. And so their ass is like huge and hard, and they use it as like a weapon, apparently, is what we were told.
That's amazing. Okay, I'm looking it up.
All right. Here is me and Irene at Hungry Jack's. So this is the logo. Like, it is just like, it just looks like, oh, Irene's calling right now. She knew I was.
You talking about Hungry Jack's?
Yeah. Are you showing pictures of me on the
immediately
podcast?
Calls? Yeah.
You're dead, pal. You're fucking dead, dude.
Not gonna answer that, or
I'm gonna text her and say that I'm recording.
Oh, you're so funny.
You're working right now.
I'm working right now.
Racquel, what's the update on the wombat shit? You've got quite the expression on your face here.
Yeah, I'm a little upset because if I saw this shit and didn't know it was shit, I'd say this looks delicious. They look like brownies. Like,
wow,
really cute little, here, I'll pull up.
Yeah.
And they even make plushies of wombat poop, and I am going to order 5 of them.
You should. I looked them up too. They are cube shaped for real. I may actually have to run down and grab some stuff because I forgot Irene is coming back from like a baby shower and has like a shit ton of stuff in the car.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fuck off.
It really does.
Oh, you're right. That picture, it genuinely looks like brownies.
Yeah.
Brownies or like little, like, I don't know, like jerky cubes or something, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Julian's going to be like, so how was the podcast? You'll be like, well, I did just spend 125 Australian dollars on 5 wombat shit plushies.
Would you be surprised if I told you I sent him a picture just now of wombat shit? And
Not
said,
at all.
Have you heard?
Not at all.
That's nice. That's good. That
That's
shows.
being a wife's all about.
I'll be back in 2 minutes. You guys can talk about wombat shit.
I thought you were joking.
No, because she has like a shit ton of stuff.
Well,
so
I was about to segue into the social media updates anyway. So speaking of wombat shit, let's check in on our social media updates.
What a fucking good segue. Now let's move on. It's time to discuss what popped up in your feed. Who are you following? What did you see? Sports or politics, tweets and skis, hot takes on the TL or fast food freaks. It's our social media update.
Racquel, we always like to start with the guests. What's going on your social media?
Okay, I'm a little traumatized by my social media lately. It's all pictures of pasta. I should add context. I am not eating pasta right now. I'm kind of taking a tolerance break.
Okay.
And I believe my algorithm's out to get me. I think it knows. I think it's trying to kill. My algorithm knows she's not eating pasta. I'm trying to go one month without pasta.
Well, you're probably saying like pasta out loud, like you are right now, and it's not hearing not or like I don't want to have. It's just hearing that keyword, and it's because that's for sure what's happening. I think, right?
Yeah. You're right. No, you're so right. And now I feel like an idiot because it's the most delicious looking like tortellinis. There's this like 100-layer lasagna that keeps popping up on my page. There's a carbonara lasagna that keeps popping up on my page. It's hard. You know, that and a lot of Matt Rife is a piece of shit. Pasta on Matt Rife is riddling my timeline.
The Matt Rife one that I saw that was really funny was this Instagram reel of a guy. It was like how Matt Rife wanted people to respond to his mic drop. Because I guess at the end of his special, he's like, yeah, and they'd say I just do crowd work, and then he drops the mic and like walks off stage or whatever, and it's like so fucking stupid. And then it's this guy like repeating it as he's doing like household tasks, and he's like mumbling it in his sleep, and he's like, "Oh, it's so cool." It's so cool. That's really good.
The thing that I keep seeing is everyone says that this surgeon on TikTok is saying that he worked on Matt Rife's cheeks. Everyone's just speculating. Yeah. But I was like, well, his cheeks do look pretty like good. I would love it.
Very chiseled.
Very like hot, very high up.
Yeah.
Like very. And then they're showing pictures of him before. I was like, okay, did he get work done? But yeah, he's fighting back. He's like wrote on the surgeon's video. Yeah. Whatever. Like you could get sued for this, and I'm paraphrasing. But yeah, Matt Rife.
Yeah, I saw someone sort of like correctly say he's like the 2023 version of like Dane Cook.
For sure.
Oh my God.
Big time. Like at least in his jokes, like because I unfortunately did watch Vicious Circle recently because I was on Brian's podcast. That was a bonus episode.
Anytime you watch something bad, I'm like, was Brian involved?
Yeah, Brian made me watch Vicious Circle, which is somehow, I think it's 97 minutes long. It's Dane Cook performing in the round in an arena in the TD Garden in Boston. It's just like it watching it was fascinating because it was strictly a cult of personality thing, and you can genuinely like he has no jokes. It's just people are so excited to be in the same room as Dane Cook. They're just so thrilled. They're like, this is it, he's here, we did it. And I don't know if Matt Rife has exactly the same kind of mojo, but it definitely seemed like watching some of the clips I've seen of his attempt at doing a non-crowd work special, it does seem very Dane Cookie, which is kind of like the guys outside the car dealership. It's just a lot of like, whoa, look at me, jokes. So yeah, good for him. You know what? Good for him. I'm proud of him. Break away from the crowd work. Who cares? You know what I mean? Every comedy special these days is bad. So
that's true.
Just throw another one on the pile, except for Mike Birbiglia as Old Man in the Pool, which is great. And everyone who's ever been on this show.
That's right. Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. Racquel, why are you when is your pasta month over? When are you back in the game?
Great question. I'm making my husband count. I can't do it. Just knowing hurts. On my way home today, I was like, I want pasta so bad. And he had to like literally talk me down. I cried the other day because I was high and I wanted to make pasta.
That's what you do.
Want my body. I don't know, like this tolerance my body is built on this carbohydrate, but even thinking about it now, I'm like itchy.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to compound the issue.
No, anytime I get to talk about it is good.
It's healthy. It's healthy. We're trying to help.
I think I have 2 more weeks. I have 2 more weeks.
Okay, so you're close.
It feels like forever. I used to eat pasta like 4 times a week.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is a lot, sure.
That is a lot.
Sure.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
But it's easy
you're
and it's
Italian.
delicious.
What are you supposed to do?
It's illegal if I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
I have to keep my Italian heritage alive somehow.
Now, also not to tempt you, but do you know what what's going to be your comeback dish? Because I feel like after a month
That's
off,
a good question.
you really want to pop off, right?
Yeah, you're right. I think that's so hard because my answer is always carbonara. I love carbonara. It's my favorite pasta. But I've been thinking about lasagna. Like I've been dreaming about lasagna for the last week or so, and I think I want lasagna. I think I want like a sheet
like
of lasagna.
Hearty, you want a big.
That's nice.
I love.
I want
that.
to feel so sick after eating it because I am also lactose intolerant. I just want it to
Oh my
hurt.
God.
I want everything to hurt.
Julian, make it feel like the pumpkin pie vodka night.
We kiss
That's
and
how
puke.
I want to feel. I want to be puking and kissing.
I want to feel like I'm 21 again. Oh, I was 21 when that happened. I don't remember if I said that or not.
You did say that.
Anyway,
But,
lots of pasta.
I love it. Stefan,
Thank
what's
you.
going on your social media?
Well, this is a Twitch thing because I'm off Twitter now. So I mean, my hockey account is still around just to look at hockey stuff, but I'm not really up on the all the cool stuff that's happening on Twitter right now. I'm sure it's great.
You can't even. It's fucking sick right
although
now.
I am wondering if your update, John, is the Elon Musk. Anyway, I do want to. Man, that fucking talk he did or the interview he did on stage was so funny. He sounds like such a moron.
That jacket, so cool.
The jacket is. I mean, it literally
the jacket
is.
was so cool, man.
Our friend of the show, Dan O'Sullivan, got a picture of Mikey Miles in his swag jacket, and it looks exactly the same. It's the same fucking jacket. It's so funny, and I think it honestly might look better on Mikey Miles.
Elon just looks like
he looks.
absolute
I mean,
hell.
I think I've said this before, but he looks like when people have like a pet chimp and the chimp goes completely nuts and like rips off someone's face and they get like an experimental face transplant. He does look like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not my social media update. My social media update is Mountain Dew is doing a thing that is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I saw you guys post about this.
Yeah, and I'm so excited for it. And so Mountain Dew is doing a thing called Mountain Dew Raid. And I'm going to read there's an Ad Age article about this. Mountain Dew is out with a new marketing stunt that uses technology capable of locating its products within gamers' live streams. The effort is a collaboration with Twitch and the latest from Mountain Dew that puts the esports community front and center. Gamers who make Mountain Dew products visible in their streams will be identified by a technology operating through Mountain Dew's Twitch page. Once the product is located, the gamer will be invited to enter into a chance to have their channel amplified by the brand. Those selected for rewards may be featured on the Mountain Dew Twitch page, the Twitch homepage, or have Mountain Dew subscribe to their channel.
Whoa, dude! You could get the Dew subscribing to GOK.
That's what we're gonna try for. That's what we're gonna try on our stream. The other thing is like you can win a one-on-one coaching session from like a pro gamer, which would be so funny for either me or Jesse.
Yes.
So that could happen too. But basically, what's happening is they're using some sort of like AI detection thing and trying to detect the Mountain Dew logo on like every Twitch stream in like a few specific categories. So it's like any game category or like the just chatting category, whatever. And what people have found is someone made a logo that looks like the Mountain Dew logo, but it says "Eat my ass," and the Mountain Dew bot showed up there. So I think it doesn't work that well. But what we're gonna do is like I bought a bunch of Mountain Dew. Jesse has a bunch of Mountain Dew. I'm going to we're having Mountain Dew week on the Go Off Kings this week because our goal is to try and get the bot to show up like as often as possible. And so I'm going to set up a second camera with like a little like Mountain Dew like with like candles and stuff, like a little like altar of like Mountain Dew, and we're gonna be like praying to like summon Mountain Dew to the stream. It's so stupid, but like
nice.
I do also want to sort of experiment with like Yeah, like making something that looks like a Mountain Dew logo but says something else or is something else, and seeing if that works because it seems to work. But just really, I mean, it's really quite stupid. And
this is how I find out that I can't get on the Go Off Kings, but a can of Mountain Dew can.
Well, and the logo, and I'll have the box on my head or something probably too. But John, we are planning on having you on. I did tell JF about the Jeopardy thing, and he's in. And I was thinking, I mean, there's a few potential hosts I have in mind for it, but I think
you just want to have one person host. You don't want to have someone like rotate into the games.
Oh, I guess we could do that too. But I was thinking like if it's you, me, and JF playing.
Okay.
And then we have I've got a couple host ideas. I'll just say that. I think you'll like them. But yeah, that's my social media update. No, you probably won't. But that's my social media update is the Mountain Dew raid. It's so dumb. No one asked for this at all. And so we're gonna, I guess, just like try and fuck with it because like what else can you do? Yeah, John.
Are you Racquel hasn't weighed in here. Are you a Mountain Dew head, Racquel? Do you like Mountain Dew?
Okay, I as a child I did, but call me crazy. I feel like I grew up, but is Mountain Dew not like kind of a cucky incel drink? Am I insane?
It's a gamer drink, so yes.
Incel drink. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's not. And also there were the rumors that it fucked up your sperm count and stuff.
That was the big rumor.
Yes!
That was the big rumor. I did like Mountain Dew as a kid. And it did fuck up my sperm count, but that's fine.
I'm so sorry.
No,
to
it's
hear.
okay.
I got probably a cheaper vasectomy, and now you kind of get when you get older.
Well, not with Joe Biden in the White House nowadays and inflation
That's
and
so
everything.
true. Dude, that was so fucking true.
But I got Mountain Dew Zero Sugar, which I've never tried before, so I'm interested
That's
to
less
see.
cucky.
I think so, right? Because I'm like, looking after my health, I guess.
I'm honestly trying to, like, Stefan, you're trying to kind of get in Mountain Dew's good graces, and so am I. I
just said they made me sterile. So.
Well, I mean with the stream.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm also trying to get into Mountain Dew's good graces by exclusively drinking it after I fuck my wife.
There you go.
I'm trying to make it the official beverage of fucking your wife.
That's a good way to do it. That's a good brand, I think, to have. Yeah.
Racquel, maybe you can get Julian on board here and just
I'll send him a text.
Exactly. You just fucking plow and then
down that dew.
John, you're the resident soda guy on Blocked Party. Do you like Mountain Dew?
I used to, and then they added caffeine to it, and I don't drink caffeine.
Oh.
So,
is there a caffeine-free version of it? There's got to be, right?
I don't even think so, actually. I think they went full bore into the incels like to stay up all night. They're just always they're like little rats.
Well, normal people like to stay up all night, too. Let's just get that up.
Let's see. Caffeine-free Mountain Dew. I mean, it looks like they have it on Amazon, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not going whole hog importing caffeine-free Dew off of Amazon.
Yeah.
So I used to like it when I was a kid, and then I honestly probably haven't had it in, I can't even tell you how long, but I liked the Code Red. That was a solid beverage in my opinion. So I would still I do have caffeine occasionally. So maybe I'll buy a can of Code Red. And I know people love Baja Blast, but I've never had that one.
I've never had that either because that's like a Taco Bell one.
That's the best one. You can,
right? Can you? Okay. Maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll get some different flavors of Mountain Dew because I'm really only familiar with the basic one and like the zero sugar one and I think I've had Code Red. And maybe
there's a blue one. Is it also called
one.
Code Blue, or is it like a different blue name?
I think maybe it's the shit they pour on tampons in the commercials. I know that, but
well, that's good knowledge to have.
Yeah. So
I don't know if it's called Code Blue, but I do know that's what they pour on the tampons.
That's right. So they don't have caffeine-free Mountain Dew like regular, but they do have caffeine-free. They used to have that. They do currently have caffeine-free Diet Mountain Dew, John. So you could try that.
Okay, I'd have that. Mountain Dew, the blue one is called Blue Shock, apparently.
Okay.
Oh no, that's an Asian version of it. In Asia, it's called Blue Shock. It also looks like there's one called Mountain Dew Frostbite.
I feel like out of all of the sodas, Mountain Dew is the one that has the most variants.
Yeah,
which is cool. Like the Flaming Hot Cheetos one.
Yeah. And they do a lot of ones that are like exclusive to 7-Eleven, exclusive to this gas station or whatever, right?
I gotta try Baja Blast, and then I'll get back to you on
I
that.
think what I'm gonna do this week, because I have the 12 pack of the zero sugar, but I should, because we're gonna do a Mountain Dew tier list at some point. I should try some other flavors. So
otherwise the tier list might be a little bit boring.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay.
Anyway, my social media update, short one this week. And I thought, why not go back to the old days? I got a Facebook social media update.
Wow, you're still on there. Right. Yeah.
I still have a Facebook account for comedy because there is a lot of comedy business that still gets done on Facebook Messenger for whatever reason. So I just was aimlessly, I was on Messenger talking to the guy I'm actually helping train for Jeopardy, which is how I found out about the Jeopardy sim game. And I was scrolling down and just a simple, this is just a fun one. One of my friends, old friend, I haven't seen her in like 25 years, but a high school, early college friend posted, what friends would be interested in doing cold plunges if I started a weekly weekend meetup? Which, that's a fine, use the Facebook sort of color background.
Sure. Is that like the ice bath thing or whatever?
But it sounds like she would be living in like White Rock. So, probably
the ocean.
Probably the ocean.
Yeah.
And then someone replied, I would rather stick pins in my eyes. And I just thought that was amazing because they put a period on the end too. So it wasn't
really serious.
It wasn't like a LOL. There was no emoji to be found. It was like, fuck you for posting this. Which I really respected. I was like, I want to know how they know each other. Because it just seemed like such a weird, like, if you don't want to do the cold plunge, then don't do it. And if you're going to say that, throw a laugh emoji in there so we know I would rather stick pins in my eyes.
That's really funny. Facebook, I feel like that's like, I don't want to say it's one of the only places where you get replies like that, but it does seem like that's where a lot of those replies are concentrated.
Amazing. Yeah. I loved it. So that's all. Nothing too complicated for me, but I did love it. And speaking of loving it, let's move on to our block tale.
What did you tweet? You brought receipts. Block tale. Woo! No longer can see the post. It's a block tale. Woo! You probably deserved it. It's a block tale.
All right, Racquel, the floor is yours.
Oh, gosh. I have been so ready to talk about this for so long now. So I lived in Toronto. We know this. We know this and we love it. I used to live in Toronto. While I was there, I was diagnosed with ADHD. Big case of ADHD, they said. They're like, how are you doing this? I was like, I don't know. Yeah, right?
You have the most ADHD we've ever seen.
They were like, so you've never been diagnosed before? I was like, no, obviously not. So because my case was, as they called, very bad, they said the place I got diagnosed through, the psychiatry place, hooked me up with this ADHD counselor, which it sounds like it would have been helpful, but I ghosted her after a few sessions because all she wanted to do was talk about Gilmore Girls, and it was like $250 a session. And I was like, I don't want to talk about Gilmore Girls at the best of times. I don't want to do it for free. And I have to pay $250 and she liked Gilmore Girls in a way that was a little like unsettling, if that makes any sense. Like, I liked Gilmore Girls. I watched it. That's fine. But you know, when somebody like just likes it a little too much and they use your ADHD appointment to talk about that and, oh, Lorelai's hilarious, isn't she? I was like, you shouldn't like her that much. She's not.
It reminds me of past guest Malik Elisal has a great bit where he talks about going to therapy and his therapist asks him what star sign he is. And Malik was like, come on, we can't both be mentally ill.
Like one of us has to, I can't. So yeah, I ghosted her and she would phone me and email me, and I didn't report it as spam, but I blocked her number.
Wow.
I blocked the number of the clinic because I just didn't have the heart. Because she also, here's the other thing is she told me I was one of her favorite clients, which I love.
Oh.
I will say this. I love that.
He's
I was
gassing
like,
you
why?
up.
Because we literally talk about fucking nothing.
Yeah.
We literally talk about nothing.
And you pay her.
Yeah. With money I didn't have. So I don't know. Anyway, I felt a little bad. I was kind of going for like, maybe she thinks I died or something. So if you're out there,
I mean,
Carol.
it's kind of bad that, for our American listeners, like in the Canadian healthcare system, it can be hard to find a therapist. Like it's not always. So I'm a little bit worried that she was calling you. That doesn't, it's
so.
usually like,
Yeah.
if you don't schedule the appointments, the therapist, guess what? They're totally fine. They're booked all the time. It's not that hard. Like, so it seems a little weird that she was like, "Hey, can you come over?"
Are they like rebooting Gilmore Girls maybe, or like didn't they bring it back?
They did more than a few years ago, I think.
Yeah,
but I watched Gilmore Girls very late. I watched it as a 30-year-old woman.
Yeah.
And I was watching it during I was finishing it up during the time that I was like talking to her. And she knew every episode. She's like, what do you want? How far have you gotten? I was like, well, I mean, like, I'm pretty well done. And she anyways, she told me all her theories, and it just wasn't what I wanted or needed. Somebody who I don't know, probably could have used the help in that hour.
What do you think? Like, what do you think was behind it? Because I think sometimes, like, I've gone to therapy, and you do kind of talk about stuff that doesn't feel related to your problem, but then afterwards you're sort of like, oh, I can see what maybe their angle was with that or whatever. Like, what do you think the angle was for her with talking about it so much?
I think she thought I was just a fun hang. That's what it felt like.
And you
like
are.
It wasn't.
And you are.
Thank you so much. I thank you. But it really felt like there was no angle other than, oh, thank God, you will talk. You will let me talk about this thing. That's what it felt like. It wasn't very, because I'm always looking for like, what are you trying to teach me? I learned nothing other than your bed, because I had to do some like sleep logging. She's like, your bed is only for sleep and sex. And I didn't like hearing that for some reason from her, because she was like older. I don't know why I like whispered like she was old. It's like, you shouldn't talk like that, Carol. That's enough.
Oh, you didn't want to talk about sex with her.
I didn't want to talk about anything with her. It just, maybe she was trying to just get me to talk about things. Now that I'm saying all of this out loud, maybe I needed Carol more than I thought.
I mean, look, you can pay me $100 and I'll sit there and talk to you about Gilmore Girls if you want.
Any other show, though?
No, I've never seen Gilmore Girls, so it wouldn't be very good.
I feel like it's a show that if I watched it when I was in high school, I would have been a totally different person. But I chose Jersey Shore instead.
Yeah.
So
it's one or the other.
You cannot watch both. People who watch both explode and die. So you can't. There's no part of the brain that can handle both of those things.
I don't think I've seen. I haven't really seen Jersey Shore ever either.
Yeah, it's sad.
I watched The Situation Bomb on the Donald Trump roast. That was amazing.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Me and Julian watch that every other week. We rotate through some of the roasts, and that's him bombing. Just, I don't know why
it's
we
amazing.
do it.
Well,
to hurt ourselves.
That one was funny too, because I heard Anthony Jeselnik was talking on a podcast about it. And he said that, like, obviously for the celebrity guests, they have other comedians on the show write their jokes. Yeah. So Anthony Jeselnik said, like, they went to the situation and they were like, hey, like, we'll write these jokes for you. And he was like, no, I don't want any jokes written for me. Like, I'm funny. I'm going to do this all myself. And then he also said, he was like, honestly, and think of how bad it was to watch. He said it was 100 times worse in the room. He was like, he said that, like, the TV, they made him look like he didn't bomb. And it it looks like he bombs on TV. And he was like, he said that they took a 30-minute reset. his set was so bad that they were like, okay, you know what? Let's everybody just take a break and then we'll come back and we'll get back into this.
Holy shit.
So
I cannot wait to tell Julian this, because I had that exact, I didn't listen to this podcast that Anthony Jeselnik was on, but
yeah, I can't
had
even
my
remember
theory.
which one it was, but it was great.
Watching it, I was like, there's no way somebody else wrote his jokes. He obviously came in there and was like, nope, I've got this. To hear this is true is very, what's it called when you feel good about yourself because you're always right.
Validating.
Validating.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm dumb. I'm married now. But
Yeah, it happens.
I can't wait to tell him that's exactly what happened. Oh, yeah, it kind of makes you feel gross watching it too. You're like, this is.
Because you can tell that he thinks he's going to crush. Like he has that. I mean, Racquel, you've done enough comedy shows. Like he has, and Stefan, even you too. Like he has that confidence of an open micer that is like positive they're going to do well. Like all their friends have told them, you're the funniest guy I know. You got to do stand up. And then they bomb. And you can tell in their mind, they can't even believe they're bombing.
And they're like sweaty. You can see them turn red.
Like most people, I think, go into their first time doing comedy thinking, I'm going to bomb for sure. Like I'm going to do probably pretty badly at this and it's going to go bad. And whenever you get an open micer that bombing, it seems like wasn't even considered as an outcome of their set. Like they just haven't even thought that they would bomb. It's beautiful. We have a beautiful listener block as well. This one comes in from Partyman X, who I know from the Tony Hawk speedrunning community. Wow. Partyman X is a very good speedrunner and sends in this block, which is quite funny. And I think Stefan, in particular, you'll appreciate this. Hi, John, Stefan, and producer Dan, and guest. A while back, John Blow, programmer of the games Braid and The Witness, who also cried once when Soulja Boy didn't understand his game, posted some dumb COVID anti-vax bullshit in with a weird lab leak thing on the side. I was sick of seeing his awful posts and I wanted him to know as much, so I got to work on getting blocked. His game, The Witness, has an in-game theater where you can watch a number of philosophical videos or whatever to feel like you're a smart guy. So I spent a little time modding Hot Chocolate High Velocity, which is a video of a crude 3D ass shitting, into the game and replied to his post with a video of that. He blocked me pretty much immediately. I think he's a big-time Elon Musk guy now, so it's been pretty sick not seeing his posts. Love the show, Partyman X.
That's really good. Yeah, that's one of those.
Good. And Dan, I said I had no videos, but we do actually have the video from Partyman X here if you want to play it.
Can we show this on YouTube?
It's a cartoon ass shitting, so probably.
I think probably. I think that's
all right. Give me a second. I'll get this up.
Yeah, get it up.
I think that's
I'm just looking here. Yeah, so you can skip ahead and then you go to like a puzzle. It opens up a theater. I just watched it for the first time.
So good seeing you react to it.
it was worth it. Yeah, we definitely got to watch this thing. By the way, if you're listening to this, we do post the videos on YouTube. You can head on over to youtube.com/@blockedparty and we'll have the video of this episode up. Okay, Dan, hit it and you can skip ahead probably to about 30 seconds or so.
Here we go.
This game is really, The Witness is really good, by the way.
It is a good game, yeah. Okay, so he's going to go solve this puzzle. This is going to unlock the theater.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I think I've seen that ass shitting before. There's something very similar to it. That's such a good thing to get blocked for. That's really good. And the farting noise is really funny also. The farting from the ass farting is really funny.
I just love I love the idea that obviously John Blow watched that because Partyman X, you'll notice in the tweet if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're not, that's okay. But the tweet has no words. So Partyman X just posts a video of The Witness.
And
so
it's like 45 seconds in. So.
Yeah, John Blow's thinking, oh, this is cool. A fan-made video of The Witness. And then it's an act hitting and catches the block.
Horrific.
Oh, wonderful.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for sending that in, Party Man. If you want to send in a listener block, you can do so by sending us an email at blockedparty.com, or you can fill out the form on our website. If you want to be a beautiful person and donate
Our
to the show.
website's still down, actually.
Okay, well, whatever. Then our website's still down. Only email us, blocked@blockedparty.com. And if you want to be a beautiful, helpful person, you can support the show by heading over to patreon.com/blockparty. $5 a month gets you access to 3 bonus episodes every single month. This week, we've got BP D&D Season 3, Episode 2. Racquel was on BP D&D Season 2. We're now back to Season 3. Jesse and DB, our good friends from Your Kickstarter Sucks, are joining us for that one, so you won't want to miss that. And we've got some great episodes planned for December. We also have the $100 Club, and we have the BP Lottery coming up. We're going to announce details about that very soon, but one lucky $100 Club member will get their $100 Club subscription paid for the year. So you have to be a member of the $100 Club to get that. So head on over. We also have ad-free episodes. If you hate the ads, that's a great way to not have to listen to them. We also have merch discounts and exclusive Discord, all that stuff. Patreon.com/blockparty. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at BlockPartyPod, and on Blue Sky at BlockedParty, and on YouTube at BlockParty. And if you like the show, tell a friend. Okay, Racquel, we're here at the end of the show. That means it's time for the top 3.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Uno, 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 uno.
Mustard.
3.
Socks. 2. Girlfriends.
Uno, 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 uno.
That's beautiful. That was beautiful.
Thank you to Charlie, as always, for that top 3 theme. Racquel, what is your topic, please?
My topic is top 3 pastas. You know where this brain's at. Top 3 pastas you would die over. Physically die. Your life is over. Or like you would get violent over and kill somebody else.
I was hoping you would do a pasta one.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. It's really
like
important.
Almost like a mafia, like you get shot over a bowl of this thing.
Yes. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Okay, Racquel, do you want to kick us off here, please?
Yeah, so I thought long and hard about this one, and coming in at number 3 would be my mother's bolognese with Italian sausage. It's very good. It's very good, and I'd kill someone over it because I haven't had it in a while.
If that's totally fair.
Yeah.
I feel like a very nice thing to say about your mother as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your sauce is the sauce. I mean, what more could you ask for? That's great stuff. Stefan, you're number 3.
I gotta go with. We've been eating this a lot recently. It's but like bucatini with like, because it's like the spaghetti, but with like it's like a tube, and so the sauce and stuff will get inside the spaghetti, like the tube itself. It's so good, and it's like a thicker sort of spaghetti type pasta, and it's, oh my god, it's really with like a meat sauce, or it's just wonderful. Yeah, that's
that
my
al
number 3.
dente, I can't.
It's really good. Yeah,
I do like a little al dente in my pasta as well. So my number 3, I am just going to go with a well-made cacio e pepe. I do love, it's just a classic. If it's made well, the spaghetti noodles are nice. It's nice and cheesy. I had one in Calgary recently at a place called 10 Foot Henry. If you're ever in the city, it's a great restaurant. The cacio was fantastic. And it does also feel like a dish that a mobster would be killed over. So I do respect that in a great way. Racquel, your number 2, please.
My number 2, I am going to come in hot with, what the hell? Carbonara.
Yeah, that's a great choice.
Carbonara. Yeah.
Wonderful.
With guanciale and no cream. I hate when people put cream in it. If you put cream in it, I'm not killing anyone.
Okay.
Anyway.
I was going to say, what sauce do you like on your carbonara? Because a lot of people do like a creamy, like a white sauce carbonara.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that in Italian. They get really mad at you. It's egg, pasta water, and cheese, Parmesan.
Okay.
Or
that's it.
Pecorino Romano. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a simple, you're just tasting the noodles. You're liking the noodles and guanciale. Okay. Love that. Good to know. Also, I don't want to be killed if I ever go to Italy. So that's good to know. Stefan, your number 2, please.
I forget where I had this, but it was this like mushroom ravioli, and it was just like a good ravioli is so, it's like unbeatable. It's so good. Where like a good ravioli where you only get like 4 ravioli pieces or whatever,
like a giant,
and they're big, and the filling is so good, and it's just Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, I really want to have some pasta now.
I know it's hard.
I mean, I'm not on strike, so I could have it, but
Fuck. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Good point.
John?
Good point. My number 2, I'm going with a specific dish at a specific restaurant. This is at Nightingale in Vancouver. They have a rigatoni that is cooked with an arrabbiata sauce with burrata and an olive oil, a basil olive oil. So you're getting like the basil kind of. So instead of having basil leaves in it, it's like a basil oil that's kind of over top. And I was never a big pasta guy growing up. Like my family didn't really make it that much, and I just never really liked it. Not that I didn't like it, but I always preferred other things.
Yeah.
But now, especially with Becca being vegetarian, I tend to eat it a little bit more. And that was honestly the dish that kind of made me go, you know what? Maybe I don't mind ordering pasta at restaurants. It was like that good. And I love just a little kick in an arrabbiata sauce, not too spicy, but just a little. Very good. So yes, that's my number 2. Racquel, your number 1.
Okay, it's a pasta shape, which kind of fucks this whole list up, but it's a beautiful pasta shape. If you look it up, it's called fusilli corti, and it's like picture bucatini, but like curly, like wrapped, the tube wrapped. So that noodle in anything, I would kill someone over.
Wow.
Oh, that's okay.
It's beautiful. It's my favorite noodle.
Literally, if you search up fusilli corti on eater.com, the first article is the best pasta shape is fusilli corti bucati.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
This looks
Raquel, that was a primal. Primal noise.
I feel sick. I feel sick after making that sound.
Wow, that looks really good. I don't think I've ever seen this.
No, me neither.
It's kind of like a long noodle, but like corkscrewed.
Yeah, you have to go to like Italian specialty stores I mean, it's guaranteed to find it there, but they don't have it at a lot of regular grocery stores.
Damn, that looks really good.
Yeah.
That looks great. Great choice.
Very good
Thanks,
choice.
guys. Thanks for the
Stefan,
support.
your number 1, please.
Number 1 for me is one time I was camping in Ontario, and I decided, and it was just me, and I was out in the woods, and I was like, I'm gonna make chicken Alfredo in my van.
Ooh.
No, I'm just kidding. That was Ken Domick, who we hate. Number 1 for me, it's actually a German pasta. So I'm going a bit of a different direction, but Spatzel. My dad makes it every Christmas time, and it's so nice. It's so creamy.
It's a good thing Dan wasn't sitting across from you right now.
No, I know.
Reach across the table and choke you.
I understand.
Next time I see you, I'm gonna.
You haven't tried this. It's so good.
Pasta?
I never
Does it
fucking
count
will.
as a pasta?
It counts as a pasta, I think.
Let's go. Let's say yes. I kind of went off the rails. I went rogue.
Yeah, it
Let's
does
let
say
Stefan go rogue.
Central European
German.
egg noodles. It does say. So, okay. I mean, I've had Spätzle, and I do like it.
It's really good. And for me, it's just that we have it every Christmas, and it's really, really nice. So
I love that.
that's my number 1. I do want to hear Dan's at least one from him because he is Italian, obviously. But John, you should do your number 1.
Sure, yeah. My number 1 is gnocchi. Big gnocchi head.
Yeah.
Not even in a specific preparation because I've had it with rosé sauce, which is really good. I've had it with pomodoro, which is great. I've had it with arrabbiata, which is excellent. I've even had it with pesto, and it was very good. It's really hard to fuck up a gnocchi, or it's not hard to fuck up a gnocchi, but like if you have a good gnocchi, it tastes amazing. And also its cousin, the gnudi, also a very good pasta. It's GNUDI. It's basically like a gnocchi, but it's a little more square. So it almost looks like a ravioli, not the size of a ravioli, but just like a square as opposed to the sort of like dumpling kind of shape that like a gnocchi has. But they're both excellent, and that would be my number 1. Dan, what's your number 1?
Well, ever since.
No.
Jesus Christ, Dan. I'm sorry.
Way to really bring this episode down.
I'm sorry, Dan.
No,
It's been like 15 years.
Oh my.
Well, okay. What was known as specialty, though?
Yes.
What was your favorite?
She would make a really good.
Oh,
that's
so
nice.
sweet, Dan.
Wow.
And then what was the biggest poop you took this week? Let's get you back to your baseline here.
Probably the one I took about an hour ago because I ate a bunch.
You don't say. That was lovely, Dan. What a lovely tribute.
Sweet.
Racquel had some very nice family stories in there as well. A great top 3 and a great episode, as always, with you, Racquel. Thank you so much for being back on the show. Before we go, anything you'd like to plug?
My marriage. No, I don't have much happening right now because I'm just like, newly married and living somewhere else. But stay tuned for a very fun satirical teen magazine that's going to come out next year.
Wow.
Sometime next year.
Love that.
I'll give you more information when I have more information. But thank you for having me. I love this. I love you guys. I can't wait. Hey,
we love you too.
You're going to get a text soon about the boat. I know it.
I can't wait. And we will do an emergency pod when that happens with all the details. And Racquel, where can people follow you so that when that satirical teen magazine comes out, they will know about it?
Oh, go on Instagram. Rack Attack 5. Is that my Instagram? Rack City 5. I'm slowly phasing Twitter out, so don't follow that.
Phased out.
Yeah.
Rack City 5, RACQ City, and then the number 5.
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you, Racquel. Thanks everybody for listening to the show. Again, you can donate to the show at patreon.com/blockparty. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at blockpartypod, on YouTube, Blue Sky at Blocked Party. And we also have a TikTok. I always forget to plug that as well, at Blocked Party Pod. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you back here next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.